All right, let me start over. Notice is hereby given of a regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the district to be held at 105 Fort Road, Port Isabel, Texas, on the 13th day of May 2015 at the hour of 6 p.m. for the consideration of the business of the agenda below. This notice is posted at the office of the district on May 7, 2015 at 1:20 p.m. in accordance with the Texas Opens Meeting Act, and a copy has been furnished to the county clerk in Cameron County, Texas, and Brownsville. Item 1, we call the meeting to order. There is a quorum. All 5 board members are present. The notice of the meeting has been duly posted as required by law. Everybody rise. Before we go into the Pledge of Allegiance, I would like to have Mr. Galvan lead us in a quiet prayer, please. A prayer?
Sure. Yes, sir. Thank you. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this opportunity that we have today to meet. We just ask you to be in charge of everything, that you give us the knowledge to make the right decisions, Lord, and just decisions for all the decisions that we make are for the public and our customers and our service, Lord, to them and to you. So make us go in the right direction, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
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 I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll move on to item number 3, invitation to the audience for discussion. All right, no discussion. Item 4, consider and approve the minutes for the regular meeting of April 22nd, 2015. Have a motion, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wells.
Second.
Second by Mr. Thomas. Questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 5, General Manager's Report.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I want to report on the Texas LNG project. We got approached 2 weeks ago by the Brownsville Navigation District, and Mr. Eddie Compriano and another representative from the attorney representing LNG. And between Highway 100 and the big curve on 48, there's going south, there's a property on the left side that they wanted to annex to the district. So the Brownsville Navigation District took some annexation policy copies, to look at it, revise it. And coming to find out, last week we were invited to the LNG project. They had a presentation there at the event center in Port Isabel. So Charles and I went out there, and coming to find out, we asked some questions, what do they plan to do with the water and wastewater. So eventually I believe they decided not to annex for this time due to all the taxation and everything that gets involved with that during the annexation procedures, and it probably take a little longer. The other thing is that they decided to do an RO system, like an internal RO system, and get the water from the chip channel. So it seems like they're going to have a small wastewater plant too, since I believe they use like 14,000 gallons a day. So they're going to do everything internal. That's their plan for right now, and that's what we found out last Friday when we went to the Thursday to the event center presentation. I just wanted to bring the board that they were interested in annexation, but then I don't think it's going to happen anymore. So.
But how much water were they wanting to use? I mean, what was their
like
roughly?
About 14,000 gallons a day, which we could service that easy. The water line is, we told them that
Right.
it was here in 48, like it crosses 48.
They're trying to get further along in their permitting process and stuff, where they come and do the actual annexation. They're probably trying to get further along in their permitting before they
right.
come into the annexation.
Right.
The kind of a last step. They're probably making sure that we can.
And I guess that would be the best benefit for them. I think the one that would be paying the taxes to the district would be the navigation district, and
Right.
instead of them, because they're leasing the area. So I believe they haven't come back and on their decision on the annexation yet, but I believe that they're probably not going to do it.
But since they're a government entity, they don't have to pay taxes on it, do they?
Well, the navigation district,
district?
I believe they do them somehow.
Mr. Thomas?
Have they said what they're gonna do at the affluent?
They're just gonna treat it there and then, and pump it back to like we do, treat it, and take the solids out of there, probably, allied waste or something like that. And the clean
Okay,
water, they're gonna
they're
dump
not
it back like
wanting-
we do.
They're not wanting to put the affluent off a RO plant into our sewer system, is that correct?
Right, no.
Okay, thank you.
And it's like about, maybe like 2 miles out of here from Highway 100, that way. So, I mean, they would, have to install a water and a sewer line also. That would be added to the cost of the
Lift
annexation.
station.
So, okay, and, that's all I have for LNG. The other one is
Yeah, there's a bunch of
equipment and
things for
electronics,
LNG.
I did it all.
electronics policy. Have you all, seen that one?
I've still got some
The-
questions on LNG. How much,
Oh, well, go ahead.
what's the infrastructure gonna cost us to get out there? Or are they gonna pay for that? Are they gonna absorb the
They
cost?
actually end up paying for all that, the pipelines on the water and sewer.
Okay,
There hasn't been any estimate on it, but it's like 2 miles of pipeline for water and sewer.
well, I don't think we can gravity drain it that far from where they're gonna have to have their
Well,
own,
They can pump it, you know, if anything, like a lift station, build a lift
right,
station and
right.
pump it
They're gonna
back.
have to have a forced main coming to us, correct?
Right, right.
Looking on the, are we on the same page, Cheryl?
Oh, well, they're not interested in connecting.
They're not interested.
They're
They're not-
gonna,
They don't
No.
wanna connect.
no, they're gonna build their own pond system for wastewater and cooling water for their industrial process. And then they're gonna have an RO for their, from seawater intake. So it's entirely independent from us.
They're not gonna be involved with it.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
So we're gonna run, what are you shaking your finger at?
No, we're not
We're
gonna
gonna
run
run
anything.
water
We're
and
not
sewer
gonna
lines
run
all the
anything.
way out there? and
No,
then
we're
round
taking
up
no
and use
action.
them?
We have no action to
No
take.
action. There's nothing that they decided on yet. So it looks like they did tell us at the meeting that they, were gonna build their own water treatment, like RO system internally for them. And, the wastewater, they're gonna build a wastewater treatment plant internally also. They're gonna treat their sewer in there, pump the clean water to the chip channel,
Okay.
and all the solids go out, trucking out. To like we do, they
Well,
pick
sure,
up
I
the
swear
solids.
I heard you say something about running both sewer and water out there.
Well, if they decided on the annexation, they would have to run the water and sewer so they can get service from the
Okay.
district. But they're not interested yet, okay?
But even then, nothing's for sure yet. I mean,
Nothing's for
they're not even, not yet, it's just all, if they do.
Yeah, I mean, with this whole, process, they're looking at like a 2020 construction date. Cause they're just in permitting right now.
Any other questions? No? Okay. The next one on the equipment, and electronics policy. I know we discussed it with, Mr. Galvan, Richard Galvan, and, we discussed on the cell phone usage. We wanna take that off because it doesn't actually, pertain to, having a policy for that, the cell phone usage. But the other equipment, I believe, we're in the right track. And, we had already, about a couple of years ago, we had, in our personnel policy, implemented one of the policies that we're not supposed to take, computers, iPads, or equipment from the district to the house, and all that. So, that's part of what we implemented about 2 years ago, and it concerns also the managers and employees not to be going into like Facebook or, all those websites that are unnecessary. So we took that privilege or usage away. But this one's more intense, where they actually get to sign the paper, and we will be training them on what it means, every single paragraph on it, and to make sure that they're aware that they're not supposed to go in and utilize what they're not supposed to. So, as of right now, I just presented to the board so y'all can be aware what I wanna do, possibly make the corrections. I did get our attorney involved on this one, and he said everything's okay, except he was concerned about blogging and little other stuff that, but we'll explain to our employees, and possibly present it again in the next one, so y'all can approve that one, if it's okay with the board, so,
That'd be fine.
okay,
I read it, it looks good.
okay, great. That's all I have on that one, then, any questions on that?
Everybody's okay with it? I mean, it's a better system. Nobody, you haven't had any complaints like before, anything like that?
Well, the only thing that, they presented last meeting was that, using that kind of takes away the power from the, website or web band that we have.
Bandwidth.
Yeah, so, that's the only concern that we have, and hopefully that they're not utilizing a whole bunch of it, like between 8 and 5, so that's, the high usage time. Any other questions on that? No? Okay. The other one that I have is a Texas Retirement Specialist. I've been talking to them again, and they weren't ready for a meeting today. I wanted to do a workshop with them, and they got another guy that's helping them out and going over the TCDRS policy and making sure that when they come, they are going to do a presentation telling us how good it is or how bad it is, the pros and cons on it. And I told them, look, the board is already anxious and waiting. It feels like we're not doing anything, and then he said, no, the lady said, but it's best to go over it slowly, and we're making sure that everything that we present is accurate and truthful, and that we don't get false information. So it's best to take our time, So she advised me just to let you guys know that they are working on it, and hopefully by the 27th, we'll have a workshop. Oh, that's the wrong calendar again.
Okay.
27th of March, we'll have a workshop. So
Of
we
May.
can, be aware of what's going on with our retirement system. That's all I have. Any questions on that?
Mr. Consul?
Just, if we do have the workshop, like you wanted to, if you could notify the employees and let them know, maybe they want to come and check it out.
I did talk to our employees today. We have staff meetings, and we had one today, and anytime we have a workshop, I advise them that I would want them to be here for the simple reason that they might learn something, or if we have questions, we can learn from them if they answer questions that we don't understand on their part, see? So, yeah, I'd like to have staff all the time on the workshops. Anything else?
Anything else for Mr. Galvan?
Okay.
All right, let's move on to item number 6, District Engineers Report. Mr. Ortiz.
Right, the first item is the chlorine dioxide pilot study, and just to give you an update, we did get enough data through April, where we started in December 4th and got everything from April to be able to complete the pilot study and put together a good report. And just to give you an update, as far as in April, since we have the clear rollback on chloramines, I mean, our THMs have been coming in good, so we're on the road to compliance on that one. So basically, as far as getting the pilot study completed, it's just a matter of drafting the report using the data we already have collected and getting it submitted to CQ. So I mean, the only issue would be on our chloramines, where we still need to work on, getting like a monochloramine corn rather than dichloramine, which is probably happening more today, because monochloramine is the good one and dichloramine is the one that contributes to taste and odor problems. And so really the main issue there is we're not getting a good mixing, which is part of the static mixer that we had requested getting fabricated right now. And
Right.
so once we get that static mixer installed, that should help us get a better monochloramine formation. So that's still about 8-10 weeks out, and then we'll kind of hopefully be doing better at that point.
Okay, Mr.
Right.
Thomas, you have a question?
I thought we'd already voted to spend some money to get it redone a couple of months ago, 3 months ago,
Which one?
to change the point of injection on the chlorine.
Yeah, well, right now, Hanson is, because it's concrete pressure pipe, so that's that Gifford Hill pipe that has to get fabricated, and right now they're still preparing their shop drawings, and so once the shop drawings are prepared, then they go to fabrication. So right now, upon approved shop drawings, we're looking at another 8 weeks before all the material is actually physically here for us to install. But it's in process right now as far as getting built. So that's where we're at with it.
Okay.
And then as far as the second item is the Laguna Vista wastewater treatment plant discharge permit renewal. In April, they completed their preliminary decision, which basically means we're putting a second public notice, which is kind of our final issue to get the renewal in place. So that one's just going right on track. And as far as Andy Bowie and Isablanca sewer permit renewals, they're still in technical review. But for Laguna Vista, we're basically done. We're just in the final public notification period. That's all I have on that one.
All right, any other questions for Mr. Ortiz? Let's move on to item number 7, Director of Operations Report, Mr. Valdez.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman and members of the board, have just a few updates that I have. TCQ came and we did an inspection on our sludge hauling vehicles. We came out good, everything was good on there. One change that we are going to do is we have Unit 38, which is a smaller version of a vacuum unit. We usually just use that for water leaks. We had it on the permit as a sludge hauler, so we have not used it for the last 2 years as a sludge hauler. So TCQ advised us just to take it off the list. So we already turned in the paperwork to take that off. So we'll just have our big trucks as our sludge hauling vehicles. Also, we completed the water conservation plan report, the retail water supply report that's due for the Texas Water Development Board. We completed that last month. So everything came out good on that one. As far as with the departments, collection department, Ebony project got started already. We've got about 700 feet of well points installed so far. It's starting from Taylor and Ebony going south. So we got about 700 feet installed, and right now it's just dewatering. So they'll probably leave it there for about a week or so. Maybe it's already been about a week that it's been out there. So they usually give about 2 weeks, and then they can start the construction going on. Also in the collection, we haven't had any main line stoppages on our main line, so we're doing good on there. And the crew has also been replacing manhole ring covers along Laguna Boulevard. Some of those that have already been, they needed repaired, so we've taken them out and put some new ones on there.
On the island?
Yes, on the island.
But some of them, they're not really flush with the street though. There's a pretty big gap on there.
On Laguna?
Yeah,
Yes,
some of those are pretty tall.
Some of those, those are the ones that we're trying to get rid of, because some of those are the older ones that have been there for a while, and I don't know, I guess the lid on it is kind of going down a little bit, so we're taking those out and putting new ones on there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they've only need to replace maybe about 5 more blocks on that, and they'll be done with the whole Laguna.
And it'll be flush?
Yeah, it'll be all be good there. On the distribution side, we got 2 major water line extension projects that we're doing right now, and it's being done simultaneously. We got on East Kingfish, we got a project. That one's about 35% complete, and at the same time they're working on the Laguna Heights, where they're doing the apartment complex right off Highway 100. We're also going there, so the distribution crew, as soon as whenever they get a chance, if we get some rain on the island where we don't get rain here, they'll work here in Laguna Heights, and vice versa. They'll go back and forth. So they're busy doing that one. On the project for Garcia, we are still getting the footage and see how many water valves we're going to need, and getting all that, so we can get a cost estimate of how much we're going to be needing. And then on the for the wastewater plant, we did start. I don't know, Dave, do you have that up there? We did start some demolition. I was going to put those up so you guys can see. This is clarifier number 3, the one that was all rusted out. We're taking off all the troughs and the angle irons, and we already have all the material to put back. So as of Monday, they had already completed all the demolition around it. So they're going to start putting in the new brackets, and then being able to put in all the troughs back in there. We have that going on, and that's all being done in house. So we're saving money on that.
We're following good safety rules out there?
Yes. We do have scaffolds, we have ladders, we have everything. We have the harnesses and everything up there.
Yeah, because you have an accident, you're not saving anything.
No, we're not.
And then on the for the water plant side, we do have upcoming the
consumer confidence report that's gonna be due July first, so we already got our information packet, so we're working on that, and it should be distributed out to everybody. Yes?
Mr. Thomas?
Under consumer confidence, down at the end of, well, when you go onto the island and you get those wide medians where we were trying to water with affluent, right? There's still signs up there that says, don't drink the water. I was approached today by someone that felt they couldn't drink any water on South Padre Island. Okay. And I tried to explain, I explained to him, I don't know if I made any sense, that it was back where the affluent was, you know. In other words, if the sprinklers come on, coming off the sewer treatment plant, please don't put your mouth over the sprinklers. Now that sounds funny, unless you're a drunk spring breaker,
There you go.
okay? Can we take the signs down? We're watering with potable water now, right? But we can't take the signs down.
No, we're still.
No, that's
Still
still on
using
reclaimed
that
water.
water?
That's still
Yeah, that's still on
reclaimed
reclaimed
water.
water.
That's still reclaimed water.
Okay,
They mix
okay,
it up.
good.
Yeah, I mean, we have to submit the chapter 210 reclaimed use permit, but I mean, for all practical purposes,
What we
we're still
can't,
following
what we
the
can
existing
do is
procedure.
update the.
Signs.
If
update
the
signs.
question comes to the board, explain to them why those signs are down there in the grass areas by the base of the bridge. And that's all I got to say about that.
Just modernize the signs.
Yeah, they can
We can
modernize it
re-
and update it, just
Say
say in the
tap water's
sprinkler.
good, don't drink from the
Sprinklers,
effluent.
Median,
medium
Don't drink from the
water.
median water.
Don't drink from the median.
Don't drink it out of the bar ditches.
Anything else,
And then,
Victor?
I just had one last thing for the meter maintenance, program, this month we did, swap out one 6-inch meter and three 5/8-inch meters that we did for this month. There were a few more, but, what we've been doing, we went back to cleaning them and putting them back in place, servicing them, and seeing how that works, and, we'll see how it comes out. If there is no change, then we'll end up changing it out, but we're gonna get back into that at least, trying to service them, clean them out, clean the sand out, and then put them back in, see if they keep working. If they don't work, then we'll swap them out and put in a new one.
Okay. If, maybe for next month's meeting, in your report, if you can get us, the board, something on taps, how we've done on taps
Okay.
for the first 6 months of you know, for the first few months of this year, see how we're doing on taps.
Okay, I'll get that.
All right, good. And also, how's the flushing going over here? How's the flushing? Are you still maintaining the flushing?
We're still maintaining the flushing there.
Okay. Okay.
Victor, real quick, in front of high school, I saw that they were doing something the other day. Do we fix something there in front of high school, or?
Just the road, I know Mr. Thomas called me one time, saying somebody was digging across the high school, but that was a telephone or
It was
something,
across
somebody
high
else was
school,
working
yeah.
out there, we weren't
Time
working out
Warner
there.
was working by the lift station there.
Yeah, because I saw we fixed something there a while back, no, maybe a few months ago, where you fixed.
Yeah, there was a
something
leak,
there,
the water leak that we had there, right on, but it was right on the highway.
Yeah.
And, just, last week, I think it was, that they came and they repaired the road, but that's all it was. I know Mr. Thomas called me and said, hey, so who's working over here, digging
The
out
lift
there?
station.
And I was like, next to the lift station, oh, there's nobody out there. And so, but then I did find out, I think it was Time Warner or somebody that was,
Yeah.
doing some underground stuff out there, so, yeah.
All right, very good. Any other questions? All right, item 8, Finance Director's Report.
Mr. Chairman and members of the board, I would like to mention to you that this time we have a grant reimbursement request, and it was approved immediately, pretty much, it was $103,000. Mr. Ortiz have applied last year, so, when I first started working here, you know, I started looking at the compliance issues and stuff like that, so I filed the compliance reporting, and we were able to submit the first outlay on this report, on this project. The project is approximately $300,000. It's gonna cost 50% for the water district, and 50% is gonna be eligible for grant reimbursement. So out of the 150, we got reimbursed 103. we're hoping that, in the next couple of months, we can get, the rest, remaining on the grant. And, we're still gonna look for more, grant opportunities.
Okay, good. That was for the study, correct? Reclamation
For
study?
the water reclamation, yeah. With, yeah, borough reclamation.
Okay. All right, any questions?
Yeah, what's all that mean?
The water reclamation?
We got money, we got money back.
We
We're
got
getting money
It's
back.
free money. It's free money.
Free money? Oh,
Yes.
that's what I asked.
100,000.
What's that mean? I wasn't real sure.
Yes.
We got some of our tax money back, let's put it that way.
Wow.
Federal.
It's federal money.
All right. Item 9 is consider and approve construction materials testing services for sanitary sewer improvements in Laguna Vista.
All right, now this is a proposal from PSI, one of the, main construction laboratories in the area. And it's really just to confirm with the work that's gonna be going on Ebony Lane, just to back it up with compaction testing and testing the pavement, just to make sure it conforms to the compaction requirements. So recommending approval for PSI not to exceed, the authorized amount. Let me jump over to it. Yeah, it'll be paid on, time materials, actual amounts performed.
$9,600.
How much?
96.20.
Yeah,
9624?
Correct.
Mr. Thomas, you have a question?
Yeah, this is strictly for testing.
This is just testing.
Okay. Paying $9,624 for testing.
Right, it's just a not to exceed amount. It's pretty conservative. So it'll be based on the actual number of tests, that'll be what gets invoiced.
Might not be if it was your money. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, just wanted to know, strictly testing.
All right, here a motion, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Thomas,
Gotta do it.
second by Mr. Cantu. Any more further questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Gentlemen, on items 10 and 11, I would like to take those into executive session also. When we go into executive session, those relate to personnel matters, and I think we should probably do those in executive session if there's gonna be, people talked about.
We can do that.
Okay.
It's actually just a classification.
Oh, in case some names come up, I think we should take that in executive session. Let's move on to item 12.
So moved. You do need a motion on that.
No, we don't need a motion to that.
We
We're just
don't
gonna-
need
no.
a motion to take regular business
No.
into executive session.
We're just gonna do them in exec, when we come out, we'll make a motion on them.
Just, like 9 and 10 go to executive session discussion.
Yeah, I don't believe we need a motion for
I
that.
don't need a motion.
Okay.
Okay. Item 12, consider and approve disbursements. There a motion, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wells,
Second.
second by Mr. Thomas. Any questions on those?
Didn't see anything.
Whitey, you got anything?
No question.
All right. Mr. Cantu.
The one about the gym, $350 in the
They
gym.
reimbursed.
Jim?
Take it out of the employees.
Yeah, I already tried to get on that, and they said no.
Yeah.
Did that about 2 years ago. Said
All right.
them, not ours.
right. All right, so if no further questions, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Break time.
All right. Item 13, consider, let's see, we're going to go to, item 13. First of all, we need to consider and remove from the table the following item that was tabled on the board meeting of April 22nd, 2014. Do we have a motion to remove that from the table? Motion by Mr. Thomas,
Second.
second by Mr. Wells. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. Item 14, executive session permitted by the Open Meeting Act, VTCA Government Code Section 551.001, under Section 551.011A, consultation with an attorney, Section 551.074, personnel matters. We have a motion to go into executive session at 6:31.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Cantu, second by Mr. Wells. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Gentlemen, we need a motion to come out of executive session at 7:30. Motion by Mr. Thomas, second by Mr. Cantu. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Item number 10, consider and approve the reclassification of payroll clerk position to human resources HR benefits administrator. Do you have a motion, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wells, second by Mr.
Second.
Thomas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item 11, consider and approve addition to the employee pay plan schedule, the classification of meter tester and service order technician. Motion, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Wells, second by Mr. Cantu. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item 15, consider an action on executive session items if necessary. Gentlemen, we need a motion to, authorize, the general manager's, pay grade to step 3.
To step 3.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Friedman,
Second.
second by Mr. Wells. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16 is meeting adjourned.
Adios. Adios.